Everybody. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Allison. I am the owner of One Tree Yoga. I didn't mean to wear the sweatshirt actually, just happened to have it on. We're a yoga studio located in Omaha, Nebraska. And so this is sort of our first video on our new YouTube channel. We've sort of gotten with the times. Mostly because of due to the coronavirus. We're just trying to find a way to offer our teachings, our classes, our meditations to you guys while more people are staying home, as we all should sort of take the safety precautions we need. So we're gonna end up adding lots of different classes of different styles and lengths, but I sort of thought the first offering it would make sense to do a little bit of a meditation, sort of centered around calmness, and this idea that we all have the ability, even if you've never done meditation in your life, yoga in your life, we all have this ability to tap in to deep breathing and find some really helpful and necessary settling and grounding during crazy times. So that was what I was hoping to do first. So we won't keep it super long, make it simple. If you are familiar with me or my classes or my studio, all of our teachers, we're pretty practical in our approach to bringing yoga that's sort of accessible to everyone, and that includes meditation as well. So this is my home yoga studio, so sorry it's not like the greatest visuals. But I've got my meditation cushion here. This is what I use every day. But really you just want to find a comfortable seat. That can be on a yoga block or blankets. If you don't have that, you sit on a chair, sit on the floor. You can lie down. There really are no rules. You just want to be somewhat comfortable so that you can sit without a lot of pain or discomfort, without a lot of distractions. Just find somewhere quiet. And the beauty is you can do this type of, drop into your body, settling breath work anytime for as long as you want, or short as you want. It's sort of, studies have shown, the science is there, that our breath, if it's calm, it has the ability to really calm the body and the mind as well. So it's worth doing. All right, without further ado, so everyone take a comfortable seat or lie on your backs. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to do the same. And you just, first things first, right? Just kind of do a scan of the body from head to toe. And just kind of like see what's up. More than likely, when we've got stress happening, chaos happening, our physical body, our muscles sort of take on the tension. And so more than likely, you'll notice tension somewhere, multiple places, especially really from the collarbone up. We carry a lot of tension in the shoulders, neck, jaw, face. So really check in there and see what you can do to soften. So soften shoulders, drop your tongue, soften your mouth, soften jaw, soften the skin on your face, like really just drop in. And after you've found a bit of softening, then next step is just to notice your breath. You don't have to do anything yet, just like notice your breathing, what it's doing. And if what you notice is that the breath is perhaps shallow, or choppy, or short, or it feels labored, then our work today, nothing fancy, but just try to see if you can slow your breath down a little bit, deepen breath, and even make it a little bit more even so that your inhale length, depth matches more closely that of the exhale. I often find it helpful, a really big big tenet of meditation is to find something to focus on so that the mind doesn't wander as much, and a really easy thing to focus on is your breath. So I always recommend that. And one thing I find helpful is when I'm checking in with the breath is I often will count in my head. I'll count the length of my inhale, whatever naturally is. Don't make it too crazy long, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. And then try to match the exhale with that length. And so by sort of counting, tuning in, you can really draw the focus inward towards the breath. And as you continue to notice or count the breath, breathing deeply, slowly, I invite you to check in with sort of how you're feeling. So we've done like physical body assessment, soften, check in with breath, but then you gotta tap in a little bit deeper. I invite you to sort of noticing how you're feeling. And I think as yogis, it's important to acknowledge that we are part of the human experience, and the human experience means there will be highs and there will be lows, and life isn't just happy all the time. It's hard too. And so in times like this, where there's potentially a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of disappointment, sadness, whatever's coming up for you, I encourage you to really notice that. And don't push it away. Don't pretend it's not there. You gotta sort of acknowledge it, maybe notice where you feel it physically in your body. I feel it right in the gut. There it is, the what's gonna happen, uncertainty, fear. And really just breathe with that. So the work, of course, is always to acknowledge it without getting completely stuck in it. That's easier said than done, but be present with it for a few moments. Continue with your breath work, and then in yoga, we have sort of a Sanskrit term called santosha. It means contentment. It's one of our biggest teachings. One of our most challenging teachings is to work with this idea of being content despite what might be happening around us, good or bad, just practicing contentment with what's happening and acceptance. And so, how does one practice contentment when things are crazy? It's challenging. A really good practice is to sort of start to work with practicing gratitude and really finding places in your life that you can feel grateful for. It makes it a little bit easier, I think, to accept the less than pleasant things that pop up. So as you're sort of sitting with that maybe not so pleasant feeling, I now invite you to bring in, sort of imagine something you feel really grateful for, something or someone that you really feel grateful for right now in this moment. Imagine that person or that thing or that idea, and sort of let that fill the space now. And notice sensations that trickle up, any tingling as you breathe, any pulsing. And of course, the whole point of all of this is that we practice sitting with discomfort, bringing in gratitude. We practice that here. I don't have any distractions. It's quiet. I've got a few minutes. It's relatively easy to focus on breath in this moment, so that we do all this now so that when I'm in the world and I'm at work or I'm with my family or I'm at Costco and everyone's crazy, I can tap it back into this because I know how to access it. I know how to get there because I've done the work. So you've sort of maybe got opposing things going on, a little bit of the not so fun feels, and then some of the gratitude, the better feels. Maybe kind of merge that, but continue with softening body, slow, steady breath. Just Just a few more moments is all. For the last few breaths, I invite you to really imagine the breath. I like to visualize. Inhale breath comes in through the nose, comes all the way down, it fills your lungs, it fills your belly, and then on exhale, belly, lungs soften, and the breath can come back up and out the nose. So that visualization is another trick to sort of help you stay focused on breath. Last 2 breaths here. And then slowly open your eyes. And really notice how you feel. So the key is like just even a few minutes of that deep breathing, that settling. In yoga we call it shamatha, sort of the settling, grounding. It helps. I feel better already. Couple of things, if sitting and meditating is sort of new to you or feels weird, I think I want to just offer up front that like the only way it gets to be easier is just by doing it, and to remind you that there isn't a wrong way to meditate. Can't like be bad at meditating. We all have swirling thoughts. We're all gonna forget 9 million times to think about our breath. That's just part of it. So like don't beat yourself up, just like, oh, there I go again, thinking about ABCD, come back to breath. Oh, there I go again, back to breath. That's really all it is. And then over time, potentially, we need less reminding to focus on the breath. I was having a thought yesterday. I actually went to Costco, which is horrifying. I went there for my normal stuff, and suddenly it was like mad chaos. And I was just sort of having this moment of panic, like, God, this is crazy. What is happening? I can't believe this is like our reality right now, and I don't like it. I don't like the inconvenience of having to be home. I don't like the scariness. I don't like it. And then I had this second thought of, this is kind of what we've been working for in terms of yoga. So in yoga, I always am inviting my students, like, be able to sit with discomfort, breathe through uncomfortable stuff. If you can do it in a yoga pose, you can do it in the real world. And that's all great and fine. And now we're faced with this like actual uncomfortable, intense reality for at least the near future. And I kind of had this moment of like, all right, Allison, put your money where your mouth is. Like, now is the time to practice what you preach and really work in this sort of uncomfortable, unknown territory, and just try to navigate it as skillfully as possible. So I sort of invite that to you as well, and we will keep posting videos, classes, meditations, so that we can kind of get through this. So thanks guys, namaste, and we'll see each other soon.